those who say that marriage is one man and one woman just haven't thought about it enough.
My definition of marriage is
two people who love each other.
The union of a man and woman.
Two people that are in love.
It's based on my faith.
Why isn't it different that they're gay or lesbian?
Two homosexuals.
It's an innate part of who I am.
They want to get married.
There should be the choice.
It's sinful behavior.
The Pope said that gay people aren't fully developed humans.
I would need to see the quote from Pope Benedict, because he uses often technical language.
Religion has taught people that homosexuality is bad.
The people who are using the religion to oppose civil rights for gay and lesbians understand neither rights nor religion. At what point does it become a marriage? Is it the ceremony? Is it the paperwork?
That word has had a definition for thousands of years.
Nobody grows up as a kid and says, I can hardly wait to meet the person of my dreams and get down on one knee and say, will you go be civil unioned with me?
We did what we were supposed to do. We got married, we had a little white picket fence, we got children.
You have two guys, for example, adopt a child, they get divorced. Where does this child go?
No child in a same-sex couple is ever unwanted.
If religion is wrong about gays and lesbians, what else is religion wrong about?
Yes, that's a great question.
Isang sirena, kahit anong sabihin nila, ako ay ubod ng ganda. Ako'y isang sirena, kahit anong gawin nila, bandera ko'y di tutuwa. White marriage is a civil right. 1969, police raids lead to Stonewall riots in New York City. Gay, straight, black, white. That same year, Canadian government decriminalizes homosexuality. Marriage is a civil right. 1977, an openly gay politician gets elected. Gay, straight, black, white. 1978, Harvey Milk's assassinated. Marriage is a civil right. 1979, the year I was born, 100,000 people marched for gay rights on Washington. 1981, 300 men are arrested in a bathhouse and thousands of people in Toronto protest. 1992, my parents get divorced and we remove Don't Ask, Don't Tell in the Canadian forces. 1993, gay marriage in Hawaii for 24 hours. 1998, rest in peace Matthew Shepard. The year 2000, gays get equal rights in Canada and Vermont. And a Canadian high school student takes his boyfriend to his prom. Love is the start, but hate is not the ending. It's a nice day for a gay wedding.
Coming up, an exclusive interview with Reverend Bill Phipps from the United Church of Canada, commenting on the church's recent decision to support same-sex marriage.
Legalize what? Legalize love! 1997, Ellen DeGeneres comes out. Yep, she's gay, and even though she's cancelled, it paves the way for queer as folk and Will and Grace. 1999, the Canadian Supreme Court redefines husband and wife. We don't get the word marriage, but we get equal rights. You people have a problem with gay marriage? Don't marry someone gay! The Canadian government must treat this as a human rights issue, not a gay issue. Legalize what? Legalize love! 2003, we get 2 provinces on board. 2004, there's 6 more, and the United Church to score! 2005, on February 1st, my mother's birthday, the government introduces its same-sex bill, but they debate, and we all watch and we all wait to see our citizens as equal. They delay it till on June 28th, gay marriage is legal.
in Connecticut, 2009 Iowa, Vermont, New Hampshire, get a bit less straight. 2008 California, great, but then we wait because of Prop 8. 2010 DC, 2011 New York State. Legalize love. Legalize love. Legalize love. Legalize.
Marriage is a fundamental personal right, but it's also good for families and for society. There are about 9 million gay people in the United States, and according to the 2010 census, about 640,000 same-sex couple households. That's a lot of people who are denied important legal and social benefits unless gay marriage is recognized. Gay families have been living as real families for decades now, even in the absence of the full sanction of marriage. They've shown that they have the same capacities and need as other families for love and support. There are already 1 million children in this country being raised by gay parents. The social science data suggests that parental sexual orientation has no relationship to good parenting. Every major child welfare organization and every major psychological professional association supports same-sex marriage as a way to improve children's lives. But like everyone else, gay families have their problems with illnesses, with injuries, and with unemployment. Yet they lack the irreplaceable social and legal rights that marriage confers. Marriage is designed to impose obligations and to confer rights, and to sustain a couple in times of crisis, as when one person is in the hospital and you need to get access to that room, or when you need to take time off to take care of a partner. By social expectation, and to some extent by law, marriage encourages spouses to commit to each other. It gives to them a common language in which to speak about their relationships, and a common framework in which to think about their obligations to each other. That gives them a degree of legitimacy and support that civil unions and domestic partnerships, which are each a separate and new status under the law, simply cannot confer. On the other hand, there's no evidence that allowing gay couples to wed has any effect on heterosexual marriages. In fact, in the states and countries where same-sex couples have been allowed to marry, there's been no harmful effect on marriage rates, divorce rates, or out-of-wedlock childbirths. Massachusetts, which was the first state in the country to recognize gay marriages, still has the lowest divorce rate in the country. It's not good enough for the government to tell gay people that they're free to marry someone of the opposite sex. That's like telling a Catholic that he's free to go and worship God in a synagogue. That's a mockery of freedom. The bottom line is, marriage is fundamental in the formation of personal relationships and families.
What are your thoughts on gay marriage?
My belief is that, yes, gay marriage affords the rights for same-sex couples who get certain benefits that heterosexual couples definitely take for granted sometimes.
I don't see any reason why they shouldn't get the same rights as anybody else. I mean, why not?
I don't believe in it. I don't think it's right. That's how I was brought up. In church, and I know that people are going to say, Christians shouldn't judge, but it's not how it was intended to be. I don't have a problem with who you're in a relationship with, but as far as marriage goes, I think it's strictly between a man and a woman, and that's how it should be.
As a whole, as the United States, that we provide equal civil rights for everyone. I see nothing wrong with, if two people really love each other, why can't we have a lifelong commitment and be able to show that and express that to everyone else the same way everyone else has the privilege of doing?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think it's inevitable anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it should be.
Absolutely.
Without question.
Yeah, without question, for sure.
If adoption is legal, then marriage is basically an adoption. You're taking somebody who has no legal rights to you and yours and saying they are not family to me, but I want to make them legally family to me. And the question of sex has nothing to do with it. And the question of religion has nothing to do with it because that's between you and your church. If two people want to consent to tie their lives together legally, then they should be given all those legal rights.
My parents got a civil marriage from a courthouse, and that had nothing to do with anything religious. So, you know, if two consenting adults should be able to form that union and form the government's eyes, it shouldn't be an issue other than that.
Well, one of the greatest arguments against gay marriage is the idea that a gay couple couldn't raise a stable family. The idea of like the family unit as being threatened by a gay couple. And I think it's absurd given, I mean, the divorce rate in current marriages. So I don't really understand how there is that argument to be made.
Why should straight people even care?
I mean, they shouldn't, because
I don't know how we're affecting them, or like what. Like, we're not hurting them, we're not murdering them, we're not, I don't know, it's just we're not robbing them. I don't know why we're hurting them. Like, why would they care?
I don't know. I feel like in our society, there's this perpetuation of heteronormativity and just ideas surrounding that. And until we can conquer that, we can't like normalize this idea of gay marriage.
if it doesn't involve you, there's no reason why you need to like get involved, I guess. Yeah, it's like, what's the point to, you know, to hinder somebody when it doesn't directly involve you? And if it's your ideals that you feel like these other people that are getting married that are questioning, you know, and you feel like they're ruining the sanctity of marriage and all that debate, you know, it's really it's not you don't own marriage, you know, you don't own the idea of marriage.
I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
He asked me about if I'm favor of the Obama is promoting the gay marriage. Sabi ko, hindi ako pabor dyan sa same-sex marriage.